trending in fashion, news that's going on in the fashion world. My name is India. Let's go ahead and get started. All of what I'm talking about is my opinion, and it is not something that should be taken to run to the bank with as a fact. So just make sure you're reading the articles that I have linked down below and also looking out there for yourself. If you're a really big fan of some of these items or some of these companies, I should say, you should already probably know about them. But let's go ahead and get started. So first up is another merger. So in a previous video, I talked about possible merger. Let me start with that. I previously discussed the Coach, and which is owned by Tapestry, and the Michael Kors, which is owned by Capri Holdings, and Michael Kors and several of them possibly getting together, and the FTC that has now gotten involved with that possible merger. So now we got another one. Two big luxury department stores that are in the United States, which is Neiman Marcus and Saks Fifth Avenue. So Saks Fifth Avenue is owned by HBC, which is a company, and it stands for Hudson's Bay Company. And Saks has been owned by them since 2013. Now, I have seen some things about Neiman Marcus going, I think they're privately owned now, I believe. And so there's been some financial things that's been going on with Neiman Marcus over the past few years. No surprise, there's been a lot of financial things going on in the luxury market, period, recently. But getting back to this topic, there was some discussions that were had, I believe, towards the end of last year. It looks like that deal was around $2 billion. That was not enough for Neiman Marcus. And talks settled down. Now talks are sparking back up again because the number has gone up $1 billion and it's now at $3 billion. So make sure you check out the article that I have linked in the more box so you can see more about that. But there might be a possible deal here. Now, the thing is, like I mentioned, with the FTC, which is the Federal Trade Commission for folks that do not live in the United States, get involved. I'm assuming they're going to probably get involved with this too if this deal goes through, because that means the merging of two major luxury department stores. That would mean that be more of a monopoly opportunity for them to do this. So we'll have to see what happens, and I will make sure that I update you when I have more information. Next, on to the collaborations, and we have a few. Now, same as the other one, the article will be linked down below, but I do encourage you to look up this one too, because there are a lot more collaborations that were discussed in this glossary article that I'm going to mention. However, I'm just going to talk about a few that piqued my interest and why. I don't know if everybody's talking about it for 2024. However, when I saw the article, like I said, these were interesting to me. So first up is, I got a question for you guys. Are you into Crocs? Let me know. I have several people in my family and friends that really do stand by Crocs, love Crocs. I have tried them on twice. I can't get there yet. I'm going to try them one more time, try them on in the store, see how they feel. But for right now, Crocs are not my thing. But what piqued my interest was the collaboration that Crocs is doing with Simone Rocha, I want to say. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. And it was because the beautiful graphic, like, can you see this? I love a bedazzle, I love a doodle, and I love a sparkle. So this is all of the embellishments to help make this Croc look so much better. But I love how they have this stark white color paired next to this darker skin model. And I think it just is a great editorial photo. And it also is very attractive. And it makes this shoe look really good as well. But these I do like. I did check out the website, and I had not heard of Simone Rocha before. And they do have some handbags. I got to go to handbags first, of course, because I'm a handbag lover. So I look at handbags first, and then I look at shoes. So overall, I would say the style, to me, not knowing a lot about it, but just seeing a few photos, reminds me of kind of a twist on glamour grunge kind of a vibe. To me, is what I get from when I look at some of the pieces. Let me know if you're familiar with the brand, but this one is one. And let me know, would this change your mind about Crocs? Also, I know y'all handbag lovers. Let me know what y'all think about these bags. Next up is going to be Garni, and they are doing a collaboration with a supermodel, Paloma Essler, I believe her last name. You'll see it on the screen. And the reason I was attracted to this one is, first, I had not heard of Garni until recently. I want to say last year. There is a YouTube vlogger that I watch. She is Nigerian and she lives in London, and her name is Ifenwa. Her channel will be linked down below if you want to check her out. But she had bought a Garni jacket, or I think she wanted a Garni jacket, like the jacket blazer top, and they were sold out. So I believe she bought the one from Zara, if I'm not mistaken. But I had heard about the brand through her. Hadn't gone to the website, but I remember her saying it. The thing that attracted me first, obviously, is the handbag. I like the shape of this handbag. Love a top handle. That is my that something about a top handle does it for me. And so I really the first thing I would say would be, I saw the name of the Garni, then I saw the handbag, but then I also saw that there were plus size models, and I really like that. A lot of times in fashion, you tends to stray mostly towards what they feel is mainstream and beautiful. And so I love this opportunity where they have had these plus size pieces created. And so they don't necessarily fit my style, but I absolutely wanted to share it for you folks out there who this may pique your interest. Then maybe you want to check out the Garni and Paloma collaboration. Next up is going to be a collaboration with Stella McCartney and a Japanese artist. I will not try to butcher this man's name, but he is a known Japanese artist that does a lot of female robot artistry. And what it reminds me of when I did look at some of his work is that, comment down below, put a rabbit, please. Put a rabbit icon or a rabbit image, you know what I mean? Emoji, a rabbit emoji down below if you guys remember framing Roger Rabbit. I just have to know. It reminded me of Jessica the Rabbit, not Jessica the Rabbit, goodness. Jessica. That was her name, right? I think so, from Roger Rabbit. So it's just very feminized robot bodies, and that is what he's well known for his artistry with. And so I thought it was an interesting collaboration together, because I hadn't heard a lot about Stella McCartney in a while. I remember she had came out with those iconic chain bags, which she's still making. Obviously, this is a version of that. And when I looked on the website, they're doing more metallics, things of that nature, which I know metallics were really big last year. They're still, I believe, trending this year as well. And it kind of is more of that kind of, it's leaning towards that, which I think are cool. I think the jacket, the Letterman jacket, is pretty nice. I know the kind of preppy varsity type of style is in as well. I'm moving my computer, sorry, so I can see images while I talk to you. But I liked the advertisement photos for it, and it seemed interesting. And so overall, looking at the photos, that was kind of the design. I thought it was an interesting little collaboration. And I think I said interesting 32 times. So we're going to try not to use that word again. But there you go. I think this one is a cool one to go look at. I'm sorry. Also, let me throw in here that Garni are known for their production, crafting, as well as sourcing of fabrics. They also annually put out a report for how well they're meeting their goals as far as for their responsibility. So I think that is a really commendable by that company, because we did see a lot of it was a trend. There were a lot of companies that pledged, we're going to do this for the environment, and we're going to do this, this, and this. But there was a lot of them had a lot of fluff. So I do want to credit Garni for pushing and really sticking by a mission that they started, and consistently where they've been pushing that out, where some companies have did it for a trend. Honestly, I don't even know what to say, but jumped on the bandwagon, but there's no other follow through with it. So shout out to them for sticking to something that they believe in. So next up is going to be Fendi, and we got Pokemon. Now, let me know if you guys out there are into Pokemon. I personally am not, but even though I'm not into Pokemon, I thought this one was a little different, and I'm interested to see how many people are actually going to jump on the bandwagon. Now, I wonder if For Fendi, it is more of a strategic move because you have your people who have that disposable income that also are into Pokemon too. You maybe want to introduce yourself to a different market. It was just interesting or a little bit different. Surprising, I guess I would say, that they would pick Pokemon. At least for me, what I was thinking is like I was into Winnie the Pooh when I was in high school. And I would not buy a bag, a luxury handbag with Winnie the Pooh on it. I really wouldn't even buy a handbag with Winnie the Pooh on it today. So I wonder how they came up with this, but that's the only thing I can think of is that they must have done some research and saw that maybe there are a subset of people who are very much into Pokemon and that kind of aesthetic and gaming or whatever Pokemon represents. I'm sorry, I do not know a lot. Do not know a lot about it. I just remember it was popular for a while. Obviously, it's still popular. And maybe they have a set of income that Fendi would like to grab. And so maybe that's how they came through. But I do want to say the artistry of this bag is amazing. It is fully bead. Now it is almost $10,000, but like it's not just embroidery on top. It is beaded Pokemon characters. The Fendi logo is beaded as well. Like, and I love the movement of the tassels. I think this bag is gorgeous. This is the best one out of all the pieces that I saw with this collaboration. But let me know if you're into Pokemon yourself, you're into it. But what do you think about this bag? I think the artistry of this bag has knocked it out of the park. Take these characters off of here for me, my personal preference. But looking over that, this is a gorgeous handbag and the artistry that went into it. Okay, next up is going to be two brands that I had not heard about, but the advertisement photos looked pretty cool. And I'm a person well, I'm not a person. I am a person, but I was about to say something. My phrasing is messing up. Pretty much what I'm trying to say is I am, what do you call it? I live in the warmer, the southern part of the United States, if you're not familiar with where Georgia is. And we don't need puff coats that often, if at all, in Georgia. So if you're a person who skis, you live up north, or you go somewhere where there are cooler climates for vacation, I thought these were cool streetwear type of jackets. And I like the way that they mix and match the puffer together. And that is the reason why I wanted to bring this collaboration up, because of that. Both of them kind of do more in the ski wear, I believe. So they made these with the Perfect Moment and Marfa Stance collaboration. I'm reading from the Perfect Moments website. It's adaptable, reversible, modular. Discover our capsule collection with Marfa Stance, made in Italy. The edit fuses style and function for city to slope. And I think they got this really well. Things are reversible, reusable, and I love it because it's not at a low price point. They made it where you can interchange it, of course, because of that modular design, which is very cool, and it affords you the ability to mix and match things and wear them all different types of ways, which I think is nice. But it's something kind of city vibes about the puffer jackets that speak to me. Let me know if you live in a warmer climate or you travel a cooler climate, or you travel somewhere where you could use these. Would these be of interest to you? Next up on the list is going to be Asics and Kenzo. So I had heard about both. Asics we used to wear when I was a cheerleader in high school. So that's the tennis shoes we used to wear. But it was something about the colorful design of these Asics sneakers. Now, from what I could tell, I could only find this collaborative pair of shoes, the collaboration basically made available to customers in the Japan website, for Kenzo. So I don't know whether it will, or if it previously was available to folks over here in the United States or even in Europe. But the reason why I wanted to feature this one is because of the fact that you have two brands where, I don't know, the shoes can kind of remind me of that game that people used to play when there used to be arcades. I am telling my age. When there used to be arcades at the mall And there was like this light game that people would play where it would light up and you would stamp on the light, and it was like a dance game, whatever the name of that game is. So this is what those shoes remind me of. Like, this is the shoe you should be wearing. But I love the vibrant colors. I think the meshing of Kenzo and knowing their style aesthetic with the Asics sneakers, I think they did a great job where you can see both of them in each, and it meshed well together and played well together. So let me know if this would be of interest to you. You got to figure out how to get them from Japan, but check out the Asics and Kenzo collection if you're so inclined to do it. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye. A bit, yeah, make